Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Manchester United Arsenal show, people. Mandem United podcast meets the Gunner Talk from the Arsenal podcast, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. Please make sure you keep all your questions, all your comments, Manchester United or Arsenal related, please, people. Of course, if you're watching this live right now or you're watching this back after the live, let's hit the like button on the video. Let's bump up them likes, people. Please make sure you share this across all of the socials as well. All them social media apps you are active on, please share across all the socials. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. It is road to 7K. We are now less than 50 subscribers away from 7,000. So we're trying to get there before the month is out. That's our deadline day. So hopefully we can. Got to welcome, you know what I'm saying, my regular co-host of the show, my bro outside of this thing, regardless, who's going to have plenty to say because there's so much going on with Arsenal. We got Cam in the building. What are you telling me, family?
Yes, well, going good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm blessed, man. Are you good?
I'm all good, bro. Obviously, a bit under the weather today. Just about made it tonight, you know what I mean? But we moved. But yeah, news coming out of the club today. Uh,
Yeah, we gonna get to all of that, man, because people got plenty
like
of questions for
extended,
you,
bro. It's like
including
a soap
myself.
opera, bro. It's
Yeah,
like
man. We gonna get there, but hold that thought right there because I gotta introduce, I'm saying, a special guest making his debut on the channel. Long awaited for me personally. Should have done happened. If any of you lot watch pro clubs, you know him from there. Bad boy striker. You know what I'm saying? The amount of just goals where I'm just like, whoo, on the mic and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Knows his stuff as well. Because even when Arsenal were in the title race last year and we was discussing it, not once did he fall for it and say Arsenal are gonna win the league title. So I gotta welcome my Don Grim into the building. Yes, Grim, what are you telling me? You good?
Oh, blessings, man. Thank you for the introduction. Yo,
Of course.
listen, just like Cam's, we got a lot to say. I'm just waiting for you, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to go because this is personal right here.
We
This
gonna
is
get there,
killing my
man.
heart.
Oh, it's killing your heart. All right, we gonna get there. So for those that have been maybe living under a rock with Arsenal, not only have they signed Kai Havertz, obviously medical pending, but Kai Havertz is an Arsenal player. The news came out today and reports came out today stating that Manchester City now are in the lead in regards to signing Declan Rice. So Cam, we'll start with you first. Do you want to start with the Kai Havertz news or do you want to start with the Declan Rice situation?
I don't know, bro.
Which one's better?
Which one do you want to start with, fam? The floor is yours, man. Which where do you want to? Which one do you want to start with, Joe? The floor is yours, fam. Or no, I can pass it over to Grim. Just let me know. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Yeah. You know what? I'll start
Under
with
the
this.
deep inhale of breath, you know.
I'll start with this. Kai Havertz prick.
All right, man. We'll start with Kai Havertz. Is it 60? Someone in the chat, let me know the actual
I
fee.
think it's 60 plus 5 million add-ons.
All
Yeah.
right, so let's just say 60 million for argument's sake. We'll go with
Yeah.
60 M's. We'll go on,
Now
fam. The floor's
this
yours.
is what I don't get about this whole deal right now, with Edu and Richard Garlick and all these pricks up in the board. Yeah. So we've signed Kai Havertz, who has no proven track record in the Premier League to be even worth 60 million, let alone the fee we agreeing on. Right? We want to go in the Premier League, right? And you'd think, Edu came out and said, all right, we're going to make some statement signings and
Facts.
this and that.
Facts.
And this prick goes and signs Kai Havertz, bruv. Like, is that a statement signing in your eyes, bro? A fucking Chelsea flop is a statement signing in your eyes, bro.
Man almost spit out my water, yo.
Like, I don't know what excuse to. I literally. My only excuse for this guy still has a job. Yeah, he must have. I'm sorry, but he must have signed on the Cronkies, bruv. He must have something, bruv. That is so detrimental to their whole well-being. Is the reason why I don't get sacked, because I don't understand how this guy, is trying to penny pinch on Declan Rice, but willy-nilly goes out and spends 60 million on fucking Kai Havertz, blood. Kai fucking Havertz, bruv. The silky so-called German, bruv. Like, this guy ain't silky, bruv. If this guy was silk, his silk is from fucking 1805. It's now turned into fucking dirty carpet, woolen, I don't know, bruv. But it's not silk, bruv. Like, this guy cannot play. It's like, what is he good at, bro? What is he actually good at, bro?
You right. You spitting from?
Like, what the fuck is Kai Havertz good at? And then people are coming out saying, oh, no, we're not signing him to be a number 9. Thank fucking God, because he wouldn't have done shit anyway, bruv. But we're signing him. Arteta wants to sign him as a left midfield 8. So you're saying he's going to be basically our Xhaka replacement.
Yeah, man. Xhaka in the midfield.
Like, I'm telling you right now, this guy better fucking bang from the get-go, because otherwise, from day one, if this guy flops, bro, from day one, every bad game he has, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be slating him out and slating any fan that tried to justify it. I haven't seen a lot of fans, but I've seen a couple of fans trying to justify this move, bro. You're an embarrassment to the club, bro. You're trying to justify this prick, bro. Like, how are you trying to justify, bro? Do you know what I hate about it, dude? This guy couldn't even fucking go. But this guy, yeah, could legit steal a whole fucking shelf worth of alcohol and still wouldn't be able to sell it to alcoholics, bro. The guy has no negotiation skills whatsoever, bro. And before anyone tries to get me like, oh, what about Jesus and da-da-da-da, I'm telling you, half the signings we got, I'm putting down to Arteta. Not because of Edu, but because of Arteta.
Right.
And that's a big thing, me saying that.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Yeah, it is.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know what's worse right now. Like, look, the reports just came out not long ago. Apparently, City haven't actually put in a bid.
We'll get into the right stuff. But before we move on to the right stuff, anything else? Actually, before you even say that, hey, there's over 75 of you lot in the building. We're only at 20 likes. What are we doing? What is this Kai Havertz conversion rate, people? Let's bump up them likes, get us up to 50 likes, and hit that subscribe button. We're at 6,955. 5 more subscribers. There's over 75 of you lot in the building. Get us up to 6,960, please. Yeah, go on, come.
Before Grim, I'll let you go in it. I'll let you go. But literally, just before I let you go, yeah. This is my take on this whole Kai Havertz thing, yeah. I've already said it. I said it backstage. I said, this is the biggest signing we're gonna be making in terms of we need to, if this guy don't prove us wrong, oh my, what are we gonna say, bro? Who's gonna end up defending this prick Edu, bro?
Right.
Guys out drinking pints when Man City are out trying to get our players, bro. We're gonna lose another player. We're legit funding the Casado move for Chelsea, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So the last thing I'm gonna end on with is Kai Havertz prick with Edu, yeah. Bro, I don't want to hear it. As of right now, I don't care if I'm being overreactionary. You can call me what you want. I don't care. Yeah, as of right now, there's no proven record in the Premier League right now that will suggest Havertz is going to be anywhere successful near with Arsenal.
Now the fans will say, trust the process.
But all that trust the process, bro. I'm sick and tired. But I'm fucking 4 or 5 years into this shit, bro. Like, how long is the process meant to be? 20 years, bro. I swear it was meant to be 3-4 years. Now we're in the 4th year. You know what I mean, bro? Like, this is just, it's becoming a joke. It's like what my man said, we're on phase 4 now. What is this? Marvel, blood?
It's Marvel, man. In phase 4.
If this is Marvel, this is some B-Tech, low-budget Marvel, fam. Captain America ain't what's my man who plays? I forgot his name, fam. It's gone out of my man.
Yeah.
But the actor who plays him, that's not him, fam. The guy who plays him is some next brother who's trying to make it in acting, who's only been an extra on Coronation Street or something, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like this is where we're at with this phases, bro. Thanos, bro. Thanos is Man City, blood. End of the day, bro. Bro, I'm just tired of it, bro. I'm just tired of it all, bro. I'm sick and tired of it, and I've written on quite a bit now, and I'm gonna let Grim get his.
Yeah, it's cool, man. You know, you got a lot
his
to get off
shit
your
off
chest.
his
And the
chest
people want
now,
to
because I
know.
know he's got a lot. Probably got, as an Arsenal fan, probably got a lot of shit to get off his chest as well. So.
Yeah. But before we do move on to Grim, let me just run through some of the comments again. Bump up these likes, people, man. Way too low, man. Like check 1212. I was at over 70 of you lot in the building, and we're only at 28 likes. Get us up to 40 likes, people. Hit that like button. Please continue to get your questions in. Keep them Manchester United or Arsenal related. If you do indeed super chat, we will get straight to your comment or question. I'll cut off whatever conversation we've got going on. And don't forget, link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well. To Warrior J says, didn't Grim appear in the chat sometimes? Then big up Grim. Yes, this is the same Grim. You see him in the chat. You see him on the Pro Club streams as well. Big up to Imi, who says, you on the grind, brother. Much appreciated. Adam, I'll get to this because this is news to me. What is the Onana news? Somebody please let me know in regards to that as well. Imi says, Flawless, what time do you sleep? Never, man. I'm a robot. But yes, we'll go to you, Grim. Kai Havertz at your football club, 60 million. Thoughts?
All right. You remember when we were linked to Mason Mount? You remember when you were linked to Mason Mount? I said to you, Flawless, tomorrow you're gonna wake up and you're gonna hear good news. How am I hearing we've been linked to Kai Havertz? That's like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. That actually happened.
Jumping into now, so I'm like, okay, cool. How should I come in this today, to justify what Arsenal's trying to do? Yeah. So I pull up some stats, right? I got some stats here for Kai Havertz fans and everyone. The guy has never scored more than 10 goals in a season for Chelsea in the Premier League.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
This is Nketiah stats. Not only that, you're looking at that, bro.
This is Pepe stats, bro.
No. You know what?
And we got absolutely new for Pepe, bro.
Pepe's my guy. He just didn't want to work, but that's it, bro. Keep it stepping. Pepe's my guy. Pepe did more than what these guys have done in the Premier League. If I'm not mistaken, he's done more, way more. We're not even trying. But anyway, we go back to Kai Havertz, right? Like Cam said, we spend 65 over the space, I've been told, over 4 years, 50 million a piece or something like that, every 2 years or 2 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at 65 for Kai Havertz, and your primary targets have not been signed yet. And then you're also looking at, okay,
let me put it in perspective for you, Grim, yeah? Let me put it in perspective. We were linked with Rice, Caicedo, and Gundogan before we were linked with Kai Havertz, and we ended up getting Kai Havertz out of all of them.
Well, if it's not the right way, it's the Arsenal way. We know this already. Come on.
The Arsenal way is dead, bro.
We know this. Like you said,
20 years of the Arsenal way has been shambolic, bro.
All right. The primary question is, where are they going to use Havertz? Everyone is saying use him in the false 9, play the Shaka's role. Imagine if you play Havertz in the Shaka role. With Zinchenko not defending and Kai Havertz not tracking back. Big man, it's over for us. I'm sorry.
You can say goodbye. 9 men on the pitch, bro.
You know that song where the man are holding the what you call that thing there? The tombstone thing, and they're walking around. The African guys, they're turn. That's what it's gonna be us, bro. I'm telling you. Into the season.
The music and they're holding up the coffin. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, bro. That's exactly us, bro. It's gonna. To be honest, fellas, this guy I was fake. I can't even understand it. I don't even think Arteta understands it, bro. To be honest, for real. I think like Pep called this guy this week of like Arteta, sign Havertz, good deal. Trust me, it will work out. That's what happened, bro. That's the only way I could understand it. Number 8, number 9, number 10 on the left, on the right as a striker, it ain't gonna work. Now everyone has this nostalgia feeling of Kai Havertz is gonna do what he did before he came into the Premier League. Big man. We all know if you don't show your quality in the Premier League from when you first come in, it's not gonna happen. Forget it. And what is this? His 4th season?
I believe so. Yeah, this will
Or
be his
third
fourth
season.
Yeah.
This
This will
okay,
be his fourth. The chat will let us know, but to my knowledge, he's had 3 seasons at Chelsea, and now this will be his fourth season. His fourth season overall. Obviously, first at Arsenal.
I can't see it. I was even thinking like, where's my manager want him? Is it aerials for when we throw in the aerial attack? Is it possession on the edge of the box because no one wants to shoot at the edge of the box because we like playing sideways passing with this manager? What does he want to do? For us, to be honest, I have no idea if this Kai Havertz still, bro. And like I said, we fund the Caicedo deal, and we're not even getting our primary target. We're funding that money to go look for someone else. All right. Bro, it doesn't make sense for us, bro. It does not make sense.
It don't make sense. And you mentioned it there in regards to where he's going to play for you lot. Like, I thought at first when people was like, oh, I thought it was a joke when people said he's going to play like in the Xhaka role in midfield. But now that I look at it, with you lot potentially letting go of Thomas Partey, Xhaka's on his way out. We don't know what's going on with Rice. We don't know what's happening with Lavia. Caicedo, you're not getting. I think it's a genuine possibility. I think he's looking at him in midfield, which is even worse than him playing as a 9 or a 10.
Wallace, I won't be surprised if this guy plays him left back. If he's replacing Xhaka, which Xhaka has played left back himself, more than likely on one game or two occasions, you will see Kai Havertz playing left back. I guarantee you that.
Man, he's got no physicality.
I never expected Xhaka to play left back, bro. Never in my life would I thought.
Well, Xhaka, at least Xhaka has the attributes to do so. I can kind of see that. Havertz has none of them from a defensive side. He has no defensive attributes. He has no defensive awareness. He doesn't have no pace. He has no power, no tackling. Like I said, he's not good at
the guy looks like and moves like a sloth.
But Cams, watch this, bro. I remember watching Olivier Giroud saying that I can't wait for this guy to get out of my club, right? Okay. I waited over 5 years for this guy to go. Then the next replacement coming with Xhaka. I waited another 5 years for this guy to go, and Kai Havertz to step on the block like, yeah, bro, you go wait another 5 years till you see something brilliant. Like,
another 5 will be another 10, bro.
Bro, it's just paid, bro. It's like you just
bro,
think like,
give it time,
cool,
bro. We'll probably end up signing Mason Mount for Man United in 5 years' time, bro.
No, sign him now. You know what I'm saying? Carry on.
Oh, man.
How we getting? This is what I don't get yet. How we getting the worst out of the two, bro?
Hey,
but I'm convinced.
You can take him if you want. Go on, Grim.
I was saying, Edu got hypnotized, bro. Trust me. The Chelsea board went up to him, hypnotized him, like, you're going to buy him for 65, bro. That's it's oh my gosh, bro. I don't understand it. Do you know what 65 M's can get you?
Bro, it could get me a lot of things. Trust me, bro.
Bro, I could have gone in. I could have gone in for Madison. I could
start up my own business 5 times over.
I could have dropped 50 M's for Madison and just walk out of there. No one will blink an eye, bro.
Facts.
And if you played him in the Xhaka's role, that would be ideal, bro. Seriously, legit.
It'd be better than playing Havertz. I don't think it's his best position, but it's definitely miles better.
It will be better, definitely.
Miles better.
I spent 2.5 years, slandering Chelsea fans over this guy, and this guy ends up being at my fucking club, bro. I hope the medical fails. Please. That's the only. Please let the fucking medical fail, blood.
And here's Lewis in the chat who says, "Oh, concrete, do you know what it's worth?
Shut up, bro.
The meaty German is not what we need. He misses sitters every fucking week." Big up to Lewis. Make sure you subscribe to his channel as well, people. And speaking of subscribing, we've had no subscribers here. There's over 110 of you lot in the building. What are we doing? I know.
Subscribe, man.
Hit the subscribe button. Only asking for 5 new subscribers,
in the
man.
chat and that.
Yeah, man. I'm only asking for 5 new subscribers.
Only 5, bro.
Only 5.
All you have to do is say, "All right, subscribe. Here you go."
Hit the like button if you don't want me to stop. You know what I'm saying?
Do what it is, bro. It's because they don't want to see. They don't want to see it pop up on their YouTube from their main things that they watch, innit? This is cool, bruv. It's fine, bruv. It's just subscribe, bruv.
On the fact that he mentioned the Cronkies, right?
Talk about it, Grim.
Them doors just won the NBA Finals, bro. You got Djokovic, which is on 200 million, one of the most expensive contracts an athlete can have, bro. And we asking for 100 million for one player on the course of maybe 5 to 10 years lifespan that we'll have him, and we're begging, bro. It wasn't. West Ham fans, I am sorry the way we embarrassed you, man, bro. Trust me.
West Ham, Premier League.
Over 6 years, and then the rest. No, sorry, 5 years over the 75 and 15 over the 6 years in bonus. I'm West Ham fans. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not part of this, bro. I'm an Arsenal fan, but
trust me, no, I'm not part of this, bro. Like,
we understand, bro.
This is them man there, bro. Like, this ain't us, bro. This is them man up there, innit? Like, you know what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. But to be fair, the owner did say, and a lot of people come back to me and say, "Yo, Grim, it's Josh Concrete, and no, it's not his father that's in charge and all of that, bro. It's the same nonsense. It's the same shit that's happening right now. You're not spending, and if anything, if he has to ask that big sum of money, he's got to speak to his dad anyway. So inevitably, we're not gonna get him, bro. The man said he did not buy Arsenal to win trophies, bro.
I'll be real with you, yeah. I'm generally at a state where I feel like if we don't succeed next season, I generally feel like, but the implosion in the club itself is gonna be so mad. Like I just see a massive implosion in the club, like big time. But that would be good for us because hopefully Conquist will sell us. We'll have a new owner.
I can dream. I've been
I can dream, bro. I can dream. Trust, bro. I can dream, bro. I have a dream, bro. I have a dream. We talking about it's not I can dream. I have a dream, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. It is it's looking. As long as the Conk is there, we're gonna be seen. It's
you know what it is, yeah. There's a lot of people that are like, well, you got to look at the Cronkies as well. I'm like, listen, yeah, I understand where you're coming from the Cronkies, but you can't tell me this shit was happening when we had Raul Selenian as a deal with. All right, cool. I understand most of them signings were basically his players, but there was no like trouble with money, but we ended up spending 72 fucking million on a Pepe, bro. So
brown envelopes.
Do you know what I'm saying? But either way, like there was not really any. We never heard these issues anyway like this. Like it wasn't there was maybe one or two players where there was always trouble, and you'll get that with every club. Like there'll always be one or two players any club bids on, and the club's asking for a bit more. I get that, yeah. But this happened under Edu. This has been happening every single transfer window, bro. Every single one. Like this didn't happen under Raul. But it's like every single player we ended up being linked to. This bullshit keeps happening, bro. And like I said, if we go through this summer and it's a very underwhelming summer, all right, cool. We've sorted out the Saka deal. We sorted out Saliba, it looks like. We sorted out Odegaard. And we sorted out Martinelli. We sorted out the 4 players we need to sort out really for our future. But why are they going to want to stay in the next 2-3 years when it comes around to them negotiating a new deal with Arsenal? Why are they going to want to re-sign if we ain't been a serious club, bro? If we're going to continue to be like this bullshit club that we've been in the last, I'd say 15 years. I wouldn't say 20 years because I know we've been trophyless 20 years. But the way we've been fucking running the transfers, at least 15, 16, 17 of the years since the Emirates move, we've been moving like some dumbass bullshit, penny pinching clowns, bruv. And I'm telling you, it's been every single transfer window. Like whether it's just, and the only real time where we went through a period where we looked like, all right, now we are spending, was after Ozil. Up until Edu.
That's the last, I would say, world-class player that we've signed.
But I know, I would say the last world-class player we actually signed, and don't give me Aubameyang because he only gave me one decent year, bruv. Was Sanchez.
Yeah.
Why didn't we sell Ozil when he was on his down instead of Sanchez? Why did we give Ozil the contract and not Sanchez? I always said that, and that's nothing against Ozil. It was just at that time he wasn't playing, and when he was playing, he was complete arse. But Sanchez was playing like he wanted a new contract. I know he wasn't playing his best, but he was playing like, so either you give me the contract or I will leave this club. And we saw what happened. They ended up prioritizing Ozil, which imploded in itself anyway, over Sanchez. Sanchez went to Man United, and on the first day, we heard reports that he said to his agent, "Can I just whip up the contract and go back to Arsenal?" Do you know what I mean? This shit keeps happening. There's always some bullshit that's happening at Arsenal, and I'm sick and fucking tired of it. Like that's why I said this is why I say this next season is do or fucking die, because if we're not successful on the pitch, you better believe, fam. We better fucking change the whole strategy, the whole club from top to bottom. Otherwise, this club ain't gonna go nowhere, bro. As an elite club, as all of that bullshit, we ain't going nowhere, bro. Because we've got Newcastle coming on the up now. We've got if Man United it looks like Man United are about to get overtaken by Qataris anyway, so they're gonna be on the up again. We're gonna have Chelsea coming. Let's not get twisted. Yeah, they might have had a bullshit season, but they're gonna come back at some point. Whether it's this season or not, we don't know. But they will come back in the next year or two. So they're just gonna be on the up. Tottenham is what it is. And then we're gonna have Liverpool coming back. We can't count Liverpool out. But that's 5 clubs, right? There's no point mentioning Man City right now, because they are the top of they are the cream of the crop. Do you know what I mean? They are what everyone is trying to be right now. So barring Man City, we've already got another 4 or 5 clubs competing for the top 4 spots, let alone Premier League, being the Premier League champs. We are going to be left behind like no tomorrow. Like I said, if we're not successful this season, and this is what I don't get with Arsenal fans, yeah. They never see this side. They just want to always see the bright side. But reality is, if we're not successful on the pitch this season, and when I mean successful, don't be giving me no bullshit FA Cup again, bro. I mean, I want either a Champions League or a Premier League. Wherever I think that's going to happen, I don't think that's going to happen. But that's what I'm aiming. If you're not going to give me that, yeah, I'm telling you right now, if the Conkeys don't leave, if we don't sell up, we are not going fucking anywhere. We're going to be left behind like a fucking joke. We're already being left behind. It's just this season has kind of given us a hand back in. If we don't be more successful from this season, we will be left behind like no tomorrow. And the funny thing is, yeah, a lot of Arsenal fans are in a big hell of a shock when it does come to the pitch and we ended up not being as good as we were last season. I hope we are as good as last, if not better. That's what I'm hoping. But just don't be shocked when we're as shit as we were 2 seasons ago. And that's my run over on this. Sorry.
That's before we continue, obviously, with the Arsenal conversation, because Grim and Cam going to get their thoughts on the Rice situation. Continue to get your questions in, people. Please continue to get your questions in. Just keep it Manchester United or Arsenal related as well. We will switch to Manchester United, because I didn't actually know this, so big up to you lot. This is from Abdullah, who says, Justin, Andre Onana's agent, Albert, is that, but I don't know how to pronounce his surname. It's correct, but yeah, Andre Onana's agent is currently in Manchester to explore a transfer with Manchester United. That's DiMarzio. And I also seen that someone said in the chat that Fabrizio Romano had tweeted this as well. If that's indeed the case, good. We need a new goalkeeper. I've spoken in depth the whole window, pretty much the entire season, especially the latter half of the season, that we need a new goalkeeper. So if we are to move on De Gea, then that is a massive step in the right direction, because it could potentially improve us both defensively and offensively as well. So I'm all for it. And this is why I always say, take what managers say in press conferences with a pinch of salt, people. They are trying to so when that Ten Hag was backing De Gea and bigging him up in press conferences, even after games where he made mistakes, because he knows at some point he may have to sell him. So why would you devalue something you are potentially down the line going to try and sell? Bear in mind, it looks like we're going to let him go for a free, because his contract runs out literally now in the end of this month. So yeah, 7 days pretty much, his contract runs out. So that's why people who was criticizing Ten Hag for that, I was like, let's see and wait for what happens. And look, the deal's still not been signed, and reports came out, you know what I'm saying? How true these are, I don't know, that it's not on De Gea why the deal hasn't been signed. We're the ones holding it up. And then I hear news like this, in regards to Onana, I'm like, yes, steps in the right direction. Already, the spine of that could potentially improve the spine of our team even more so. Like we signed Martinez, we got Varane, we got Casemiro. So yeah, goalkeeper, that strengthens us defensively, and defensively we've already been solid as well. And like I said, also helps us going forward also. So props to Ten Hag, the hierarchy, and whoever's doing decisions, if that is indeed the case, because we're still waiting. But I like the idea. Obviously, midfield needs to be patterned, and we need a striker, and we will sign at least one striker. Who that striker is, I don't know. But we'll sign somebody.
Can I ask you a question, Flawless, about Man United? Like, do you think any barring maybe you might get Mount before, but do you think there's going to be any any incomings or outgoings whilst this whole takeover is taking place? Because obviously it's a bit not dodgy. It's a bit weird if you are on a takeover and then Glazers sign Mount, but then 2 weeks later Qataris are in charge, and then you know what I mean. Like I don't know.
I don't see a lot of incomings. I don't see that happening, but outgoings I can see happening.
I reckon if this doesn't get sorted like ASAP and it goes sort of later on into the transfer window, maybe even after, I reckon you'll see United in the January transfer window. Whew.
Potentially, we could do what Newcastle
I've got a funny
did
feeling United in the January transfer window. Fuck.
That's
obviously if the Qataris don't take over like soon, or you know what I mean, because it depends when they do take over. Like if they take over next week and they're in full charge, then boom, you I'm not saying that will happen. I'm just saying if that was the case, but you've got you still got the whole of July, all of that. Do you know what I mean? But if they don't take over, say until like the fucking 20th of August, they've only really got 10 days to do what they need to do.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, if they don't take over until like after transfer window, then they're not fully in control until after, then yeah, January is going to be madness.
100%. And the thing is, that's the biggest transfer. That's why this window is something I've never seen before.
That's what I'm saying. Like my
Manchester United perspective,
my United mates are like,
that's the biggest transfer is the owners. That's the deal.
Yeah, that's what
I've
been saying that to my mates. You know, I've been saying that to my mates. Like some of the United fans, they've been like, "Oh, but I don't know this and that," and I'm like, "Listen, I wouldn't even worry about this transfer window right now like that. I wouldn't worry about no player because you're in the transition of the biggest transfer in itself, bro. Like, it looks like I said, bro, you're gonna be basically under the Qataris, bro. So I said, not a lot will change on the spending wise, but the infrastructure as a club in itself, and I said this to you before, like months and months ago, Flores. I remember when it first came out and we were talking about this. I said to this, my only worry is if the Qataris take over, it's not the spending, because they've been spending. Glazers spend, bro. Let's not get it twisted. Yeah. They just spend incorrectly. Whereas the Qataris will bring in the right people. It might not be the first year, but they will bring in the right people eventually to run that club for them, and then they will spend the money correctly. So the AEMs they spent Maguire, that AEMs will actually go on a player that's worth the AEMs.
Yeah, we'll go elsewhere. Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's everyone. I'm just using that as an example. So that was my whole thing on United getting taken over. I'm not worried about them spending the money because they already been spending the money.
It's how it gets spent. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. And just the Warrior J here says, always crazy in the crossover shows. You already know, man. Man in United podcast, whether it's the Arsenal show, Liverpool show, Chelsea Spurs show, you know it's always going to be crazy. Now over 140 of you lot in here. Big up to everyone or the new people who have just joined. Continue to share this across the socials. Let's get over 150 people in here. Only at 61 likes. Get us up to 80 likes, people. And hit the subscribe button if you are indeed new. Hit that notification bell as well, because we're still at 6,955. I do believe. Don't forget, link for the memberships.
I don't get why people don't.
More subs, people. Now we're at 6,900.
Big up yourself. Whoever subbed there, you're a real G, lad. You know that you're not, and that's not even me trying to banter. You're a real G for that, bro.
We'll go to that. Come. We'll switch back to Arsenal. Declan Rice. So obviously you've been linked with him strongly. Reports came out technically yesterday now, stating that Manchester City are looking at him and they could potentially be the favourites for him. Thoughts?
Grim, do you want to take this one or?
I think Grim can go first. Yeah, Grim, your time.
All right. With the Declan Rice deal, right? I believe that Arsenal are pushing over their weight. And what I mean by that is if that's the player that you're trying to get, which everyone's trying to get, and you can't, you have to go for targets that you're capable of getting. Now, if you place the 2 bids that you said that you did and you're unable to get them, I think you should just move on to other targets, in my opinion. If your evaluation for a player, for example, is 70, 80 million and you don't want to go beyond that, you just move on. I'm tired of people seeing the generic names and saying this is who we should go for when there's so many people out in the football world. So what's the scouting team like? Is it not available? Can we not scout someone from a different country or something? Like, I don't get it. But with the Declan Rice one, I think they should just put the bid and get it over and done with. I mean, and they showed they had the 65 million for Kai Havertz, so surely they have the money, and also with the money of qualifying for the Champions League as well, they have that pot to work with as well. So the money is not the problem. It's just Arsenal's just trying to be cheeky with the bid, and the longer that you wait in trying to get those bids, those high-profile players, someone will come along and just slap the money. Like for example, Man City, if they are to get him, or if they're trying to entice Arsenal into getting Rice so that they can get their main target. Who knows? But we really just need to just get over the line. If this is our main target, but we seem to be doing things backwards, get the targets that we don't really want and then focus on the main targets. But it's very strange because looking at Arsenal over the years, this is one of the first times I've seen that Arsenal have gone into the window before it even started. So I can see some progression in that, but again, they're doing things backwards. But I don't think I've seen Rice played, and don't get me wrong, in terms of getting the ball back and retain of the ball and all that, brilliant. But for the prices that they're asking for, West Ham, I've also read an article that they put extra 20 million to the fact of them winning the Europa Cup. And I'm like, extra 20 million for what? Like, he wasn't even the standout player in that match. Like, it's just so funny to see. But again, it's English tax and what they do. We understand that. And if that's the price that they set for him, just pay and get over the line with. But we see Arsenal seem to be moving like, how we were back in the days. And the reason why that is because we never capitalized on the opportunity when we had the Invincibles. After that team got disassembled, we never capitalized on that. So I don't expect them to do the right things. I've been seeing this for years, and it's just only for them to prove me wrong, to be honest.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So would you be disappointed if you didn't get Rice? If you've seen Rice go to Manchester City, obviously he's been linked with Manchester United as well. But let's say he goes to one of the 2 Manchester clubs, or he stays at West Ham. Would you be disappointed if you did not get him?
To be honest, fellas, when I look at Declan Rice, I'm not too sure if I'm disappointed or excited that we're getting him. It's one of those ones. It's just like, will I get a player that will be able to, put in a shift for us, match and give us a 6 or solid 7? Then yes, that's how I see him, a solid 7 and get on with his business. Will he be able to shoot outside the box a lot more than what we have? Definitely. Would it be an improvement to what we have if we're playing him in, whether it be the Partey's role or the Xhaka's role? Partey, I'm not really too sure because I'm a big fan of Partey, but you can see it's coming to the time. We all know Partey is not the age that he is, but we move on. And we have to look at targets that is realistic in our budget. We try to move like a big club, but when you really look at it, when you have Arteta, which is a new manager, you have Edu, which is new in the game as well. They're all learning on the job. So the best thing to do in that situation is to throw out the word trust the process, because the process have no beginning, no end. It just whenever it happens, it happens. And that is the loophole that they set the fans in. But when you look at this, when Arsenal lose as well, the first thing that they do is put a new merch out to confuse the fans, and a lot of them it's not really looking at.
Oh yeah, that new shirt's coming for Carnival, man. They're gonna drop another.
Did you see the new training kit they dropped? Was it yesterday or the day before?
I didn't see it. No, I didn't.
No, not Carnival. But they dropped a new sort of. It was different color, green and grey, or was it grey or something like that? Training kit.
Even even the one foot that was tributed to the Invincibles got pulled back because they got that wrong. So what can they get right? They can't get transfer rights. They can't get their own t-shirt.
The authentic shirt had W's and W's and D's, you know, to signify 26 wins and 12 draws, innit? But these man had 32. These man had 32. Like, if you was to count it, there was actually only 32 games in general that they put on, so not 38. So they had to take all the authentic shirts had to go back apparently. But yeah, man, like, do you know what it is? Right?
Do you think? One second. Do you think those man was thinking about this season? This t-shirt must have been for this season, bro. They thought they were going to win it this season, so they want to make a shirt, get chicky. You know, like before you win the Champions League, your name get halfway printed. It was like that, bro. That's what they man did.
Yeah, exactly, bro. These man are waste, man, bro.
But before you make your
go on.
Now, saying before you make your point, I'm just wanted to say, honestly, I can, as much as I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that's happening, I have to give people their flowers when they do it well. And Arteta did manage to get rid of a lot of players in his season that when he came in and first started, he got rid of a lot of deadwood. And even now, you have about like 15 people on loan or something that still need to get rid of. I heard you talk about asking Flawless how many people they need to get rid of. We need to get rid of a lot of people ourselves. So we have to look at it that fundamentally how you have to look at it is that we need to push in our bracket what we can afford and go with that. If we can afford the 30-40 million pound players or the shoot signing, this is what we need to go for. This is where we start. And if it happens to be a good signing, for example, like Martinelli or Saka, which someone didn't see, or, you know, giving the confidence back to people like Odegaard and all of that, this is where we need to push our way. If we can't get Declan Rice put in the last bid, if your final offer is 90 million, I just say pay them up, you know, contact Kroenke. It's like, hey, bro, this is my guy. But it's not... Let's wait and see. I'm a fan. I wait till the end of the window before I make my judgment on my club.
That's fair. What are you saying, Cam? Would you be disappointed if you didn't get Rice?
I'll be honest with you, yeah. I'm not going to be disappointed that we missed out on a player himself. I'll just be disappointed that we missed out on another player. This is where I kind of disagree with you, bro.
Go on.
If we don't spend big, and I'm not being funny, bro, we spent we spent $500 million now since Arteta. So you can't tell me we ain't be spending. We're the fourth, I think. The fourth club that's the fourth on the list that spent the most. So we have the money.
I remember seeing that.
And I'm not being funny. We can above. If we really put our minds to it, we could actually compete more than any of the Premier League clubs. More, bro. We've got the money, bruv. We've had the money, bruv. Do you know who the Kroenkes are linked into, bro? They're linked into the richest family in America, bro. We have the money to overpower any of these clubs if we chose to. That is, I'm not saying that we do, but if we chose to, but we decide to still act like this mid-table bullshit club, and then I've got fans trying to tell me like, look, I don't think Rice personally is more worth than 70 million. I've always said it. If his name was Declino Ricedo from fucking Atlanta, bruv, you're getting him for 30-40 million. But because of this whole bullshit English tax, yeah, bruv, if West Ham want 100 million for their star player, this is what I don't get, bruv. You're forgetting. I get he's what 1 year left on his contract. Yeah, but that's their star player. That's their captain. That's their player. Like, they're about to sell their star player, and everyone's acting shocked on why they're asking for so much, especially from an English club. Everyone should know about the English tax. Look at Raheem Sterling to City in that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that was a flop, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many players. Jack Grealish, 100 mil. Mm-hmm. It took him a whole season for him to show his worth, but he got there. Fair enough. I'm not saying that Rice ain't worth it, but I'm with you on Rice as well. I don't think he's the greatest of players. That's why I said I don't think he's. as a player in itself, I'm not going to be too disappointed. It's just I'm going to be more disappointed at the fact that it's been another player that we've been linked to, that we bid for, that we've short-ranged the price mark that the club are. And do you know what it is? It's not even like we short-ranged them by like a couple million, bro. We short-ranged them by like 10, 20 million. Like, I get it if it's like 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 million, I get it. But if you're doing it with 15, 20, 25, 30 million off the asking price, of course they're going to laugh your bid off. And this has been what it's been like under Edu, bruv. Ever since Edu, and even back in the day, we didn't even bid like that. Do you know what I mean? We didn't even bid like that. I understand, and people used to say, "Oh, because we're paying a stadium off, we had debt." Cool, I'd accept that excuse. I accept that excuse. But up till 2012, we weren't paying the debt off no more. We weren't paying that debt off no more. So the problem is. Sorry. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, if we're not going to go out and spend big like these big clubs are doing, and I'm not saying you have to go out and spend big on every single player. I'm not saying that. There are limits. There are limits to certain players, and there are definitely other players out there that are probably better for cheaper. And I completely agree with you. But at the end of the day, if these are the players that they want, these are the players that they're linked to. We're not hearing about these other players abroad, because I agree with you. I guarantee you. But why are we not going to try and sign Tonelli or Barella or any of these, man? We're not. Why are we not trying to sign them? Because for the price that we're trying to offer Declan Rice, we would have easily signed him. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? But that's not down to us, bro. That's down to what these man want. And if these man want these players, but then end up shortballing the fucking team every year, every single transfer season, there's no wonder that everyone uses Arsenal as a PR to try and get their players up. It's no wonder, because we do it every year, bro. And under Edu, the structure under Edu and Richard Garlick and whoever else is in charge with the negotiations of this bullshit, yeah, it's the worst structure going. And I'm not being funny. All right, cool. With Arteta, I understand Arteta has to learn on the job. But if you want Arteta to learn on the job, you can't give him some incompetent bullshit, low life prick like Edu, basically. Do you know what I mean? Like, bruv, this guy rather has his wife post up Instagram photos to get everyone to hate him or whatever for his own PR bullshit, yeah, about him barbecuing and having beers and shit. Like, this is what I hate about him, bro. He's a prick, bro. He's not, bruv. I don't even I don't even consider him one of the invincibles, bro. The guy was a fucking bench warmer anyway, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, but this is where I'm at with it. And if we keep continuing to do this every window, bro, and we're doing it again with Rice. We've done it with Mudryk. All right, fair enough. Mudryk flopped at Chelsea, but who's not to say in next season or this season or next season he ain't gonna light up this whole league? I hope he don't. I fucking hope he flops, bro. I fully hope he flops. But what happens if he does light up the league? What are we gonna say then? We can't then ban Chelsea for it anymore. Do you know what I mean? But it's another deal that we're missing out on. I always said, just spend on the big deals and don't tell me you can't afford it, bro. Because look at the fucking Kroenke's wealth. And if Kroenke's have this is what I don't get. If Kroenke's have a problem with it, whilst they're winning all their championships in America, if they have a problem with it, and like you said earlier, they're giving the Jokic guy 200 million. If they have a problem with it, let them fucking sell the club then. It's as simple as that, bro.
That's right. Now, first.
So that's what I'm at with it, bro. Like, I can't. There's no more excuses, bro. There's no more excuses for this club. There's no more of this bullshit, bro. It's either you go and sign the players you want and you don't lowball them. All right, cool. You might. Like I said, if you're offering the fucking first bid and they're asking whoever the players for, and they're asking for 50 million, you offer 45. They're like, or 40, whatever. I don't know. That's a bit too low. All right, cool, whatever. If they're saying, look, we're willing to meet halfway, 45, 46, I'm happy with that. That's calm. But if we're going into players and they're saying, oh, we want 50 million and we're offering 25 million, bro, 30 million, of course they're gonna laugh us off. And people are trying to use this as an excuse, like, oh yeah, but you need to lowball so you can meet in the middle and negotiate. All right, there's lowballing and then there's taking a fucking piss.
Do you remember the taking the piss with Luis Suarez. You remember that taking the piss when he was 4 million?
And this is what I'm trying to say.
This has been part of our DNA.
This is what I'm trying to say. I'm not excluding Edu. I'm not excluding the past. The past with Wenger and his transfers. Yeah, I'm not excluding that. What I'm trying to say is, Edu is not it, bro. Edu has to be the worst fucking. I don't know even how he's got a job in football right now. He's only got a job because he played for Arsenal, bro. If he didn't play for Arsenal, I guarantee you wouldn't have a big job anywhere, bro. And the fact is, he didn't even play for Arsenal. Like I said, he was a bench warmer. It's just the fact that his name was linked to an invincible trophy. That's the reason why he's got all these jobs, bruv, or this job anyway. Bruv, if he never played for Arsenal and never touched the ball for Arsenal, he would not have a job, bro. He'd be working somewhere else in fucking Tesco or something, bruv. Like, I'm sick and tired of it, bro. Like, it's every single. At least, do you know what it is? At least with the past transfer windows, we kind of saved it in a way where, all right, we took the piss out of one transfer, but they ended up signing these players. They signed 3 players for the amount that they were about to spend on that one player. All right, cool. Maybe not 3 of them might have not been the greatest, but they've compensated about not spending that money. But these men now are now saying, "Oh, we want this player. This is the player we want. There's no alternative. This is the player we want." And then they lowball all that. They lowball all the teams that they want the player from every single season with Edu. This is what I don't get. How has he not learned his lesson, bro?
Where are you from?
Edu has only gotten players that he's capable of getting. So is Arteta.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, but he's shit, bro.
Martinelli, and we know that they put a man in a position who's just incompetent, and they said, "You know what? Screw what you man believe about us. You're gonna have to trust him." It's the same thing with Kai Havertz. It's like, we don't care what you man think. This is what we get. Just jump on the bandwagon and just believe in us. What have you guys? I remember Arteta coming in when we got beaten by Man United in that transfer saga when we brought in 5 guys in one window. That's where I remember him from. I'm not saying that he has not come a long way, but there are stuff that he does or matches that we've played that show indication that they mess a lot of stuff up. Are you telling me, for example, you last season, you trying to finish into the top 4, you brought on Rob Holding. This season, you're trying to win the Premier League, you brought on Rob Holding again. Bro, it's like you're just never going to learn. It does not make sense. A lot of the stuff that they do don't make sense, bro. It really doesn't.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And this is what I'm saying. Like, like I said, the only way this season won't be an implosion is if we're actually successful on the pitch. If we ain't successful on the pitch, I guarantee you, we're going to be struggling for top 4 again. I'll be real with you. If we don't go off like a bang like we did last season, we are going to be fucked, bro. Because like I said, we've got Newcastle coming up. They're gonna be more confident this season now they've got top 4. Yeah, all right. They might be a bit more tired when it comes to the latter stages of the season because obviously they have to play Champions League. Whether they get out of group stages or not is different. Even if they get out of group stages, they finish 3rd, they go to the Europa League and all that. So it's like they still got a couple games here and there. They still got the FA Cup and all that. So yeah, maybe at the latter stage of the season, their tiredness will start kicking in. But we won't have to worry about it until that 2024, right? Yeah, like I said, you're gonna have Chelsea coming on here, especially with Pochettino. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and say Pochettino is a bad coach. He's a decent coach. Do you know what I mean? I mean, just look at Tottenham. Look what he's done with Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna take away the fact that he's a decent. I'm not saying he's world class, but he's a decent coach. He will bring him back. He's on the up. I said Chelsea will be on the up again. Man United, like I said, as soon as the Qataris are taken over, whether they get taken over during the transfer window or after, give them 1 year, they're going to be back on the up again. Especially with Eric Ten Hag, people are like, I see United fans really calling for his head. Like, bro, the guy, you've had a miracle season, bro.
Just quickly, just before you continue, to Jacob, who says,
big up to you.
I thought you weren't doing a draft stream. The man them decided to do it late, so thank you for letting me know, Jacob. And you're very much welcome. So you can go and big up the man them over there. So head over to the Twitch. The NBA draft stream's going on. Alam's over there, Jez is over there, Eddie over there, all on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch, people. All on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. Links underneath in the description. So we're live on both. So there you go, Jacob. You know what I'm saying? It was late notice, but the stream is there. And big up to Troops, always in the cut. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel, see all the great work he's doing over there, and check out the most recent Back Again podcast as well. But he said Cam's preaching. Go on, Cam. Carry on.
But yeah, no, like I said, so when Man United eventually get taken over by the Qataris, and Eric Ten Hag actually has a purse at his disposal, a proper purse that he wants, they're going to be back on the up again. You're gonna, like I said, you're gonna have like Spurs is different. Spurs is Spurs. It's just Spurs, and
long may continue.
They don't change regardless of who they get. They don't change in it. So that is what it is. So Spurs are just Spurs. But then you're gonna, like I said, Man City. There's no point. Like I said earlier, there's no point mentioning Man City because they are the cream of the crop. They are who everyone wants to be. You're gonna have Klopp coming back with Liverpool. Of course, they're gonna be coming back with Liverpool, bruv. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know where Arsenal fans actually think we're going to finish even remotely close to City this year if we don't act like a big club in the transfer windows and stop penny pinching on every fucking player, but then going out and, oh, all right, well, this is what I don't get, yeah? They're arguing with West Ham over their best player, but all right, well, but bent over for Havertz.
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
Yeah. It makes no fucking sense, bro.
No sense. Pay the extra money for Rice if you're gonna.
You know what I'm saying? You're penny pinching on Rice.
Yeah, you underpaying for Rice but overpaying for Havertz.
But then when you're asking for Havertz, they're telling you your first bid was unsuccessful. All right, well, let me just pull my trousers down and I'll give you what you want. But with Rice, well, I don't know if I can do the extra 5-10 million, you know, or it's a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like what is that, bruv?
Because Arteta trusts his ability. Look. With the Havertz still, yeah. I'm not blaming Edu just on that. Obviously, the reports coming out, Arteta has his plan. I'm saying quotations. His whatever for Havertz, exactly.
Innit? Yeah. And look, his head. Look, no one believes me when I say this. When I say everyone, barring certain players, everyone's head is going to be on the line come the end of next season, bro. And that's from the top to the middle to the manager to the bottom, bro. Everyone's head is going to be on the line. If we are not successful, everyone's going to have to get it. Cronkies are going to have to get it. Edu and all that bullshit structure up with Edu, Richard Garlick and all them cunts up there, sorry. But they're going to have to get it. Arteta's going to have to get it. They're all going to have, certain players are definitely going to have to get it. If they don't, obviously, succeed to the name that we want them to. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying, bruv. This season is so do or die for Arsenal. I don't think you understand, bruv. Because if we go 20 years without being majorly successful, we're done, bruv. I don't want to hear any Arsenal fan. As much as I love my club, I don't want to hear Arsenal to be put on a pedestal as an elite club. Because we're not, bruv. We're fucking not, bruv. An elite club don't go 20 fucking years without winning a major trophy, bruv. And if people want to bring, well, Liverpool went 30 years without Premier League. Well, they won a fucking Champions League in the middle of it.
They did win a Champions League.
Do you know what I mean? All right, cool. They went 15 years nearly without winning a major. But they won the Champions League in the middle of their 30-year Premier League haul. Yeah, unsuccessful haul, sorry. At least they had something in the middle of it that wasn't just a little FA Cup or Carabao Cup, bruv. We got 4 FA Cups to our name in the last 20 years, and we want to consider ourselves an elite club still.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
So, yeah, man. Sorry, man. I'm just sorry, man.
No, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Still over 150.
Shut yourself, bro.
Yeah, get it off your chest, man. That's what we're here for, man. This is Sarcasm City, man. Get ish off your chest, fam. It's all well and good. You know what I'm saying? Get stuff off your chest. Here today says Cam. Edu is horrendous, but it looks like Arteta push for Havertz. Does Arteta not have blood on his hands here also?
Yeah, I've said that. I just said like what I'm saying. Edu has Arteta has blood on his hands for this Havertz still as well. But we can say this for every deal, bro. We can say, oh, Arteta push for this guy and Arteta push for that guy for every single deal. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't know what the truth is, but he might have pushed for every single deal. Do you know what I mean? He might have actually pushed for every single deal that we got through. Yeah. Who knows? I don't know. He might. Who knows? He might have pushed for Martinelli that we didn't know about. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying, like, I'm just using him as an example. Like, I don't know, innit? But like, yeah, of course he has blood on his hands. That's why I say if he's not successful, it's not just going to be Cronkies and their dudes heads on the line. It's going to be Arteta and certain players as well. But the animosity that's going to come at Arsenal next season, we ain't successful, bro. It's going to be crazy, bro. It's going to be crazy, fam. Like that's how I see it.
What I was also going to say as well is the fact that going into the season, if we're overusing our players with the likes of Saka and key players, for example, like Gabriel. Gabriel might be one next season. For me, he's one of our most standout players. If we don't have a rotation, every big club has this rotation. If we don't have a rotation, we're going to throw a lot of our players underneath the bus, and they're going to get injured before their time, and then we're just going to go back to square one and finding the players that we need. I
beg you, Flawless. What did I say from January about half these players? Yeah. We need to rotate. We need to rest these players, bro. I was saying it, bro. Trust me, fam. I'm fully on page with you on that one, bro.
You did say that. Yeah, the footage is out there. Let me just get to this from Adewale. Big up for the super chat, my guy. Much appreciated. He says, United and Arsenal are about to give Chelsea 130 million for two players they don't even want. Shaking my head. I'm with you, Adewale. Big up for the super chat, and I'm with you. I don't understand Manchester United trying to sign Mount. I don't understand Arsenal trying to get Havertz. I don't understand Spurs being linked with Gallagher. Why are we going to get all these players from Chelsea not deemed good enough for Chelsea? Even if they to stay at Chelsea, let's say hypothetically they both stay at Chelsea. They don't start for Chelsea now. So why do I want them at my football club? Mount currently with where Chelsea are trying to go, he doesn't start for them right now. Is he a better 10 than Nkunku? No, they're trying to sign Caicedo. They've got Enzo. So that's the midfield wrapped up. He's not a better winger. He's not a better left winger than Raheem Sterling. He's not a better right winger than Madueke. They're going to sign a striker because we know Mason Mount is not no number 9 or no false 9. So he's on their bench.
Can I just quickly say something? For the people in the chat, by the way, when I say if Arsenal ain't successful next season, it's Pete. That's not. I just want to clear it up. I don't expect them to be successful.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's not my actual that's not how I see it. What I expect them to be is successful. Sorry, I worded that wrong. I expect them to be successful next season, but I don't believe they'll be successful next season. I don't personally believe that Arsenal are going to be successful. And to be honest with you, I don't believe they're even going to get near to what they did this season. I hope I'm wrong. Like, because at the end of the day, I get called negative, I get called fake, I get called every name under the sun. Like last week when I put that tweet out about Edu, and they went, oh, it's only day one, it's only day this and that. 1 week later, we're still on the same fucking page though, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? We're still on the fucking same page, but you're telling me, oh, it's only day one. Day 8. Also, it's like being a big brother house, but someone's just sitting there for 8 days and he goes, day 8, and Arsenal are just doing what they did on day 7 and day 6 and day 5 and day 4. You know what I mean? Like it's a joke, bro. So, but that's where I just need to clear things up for anyone that's confused or anything in the chat.
Yeah, it's all blessed. Now I fully hear what you're saying, and that big up to Gaza. He says big up Flawless Caters for the late night. I don't know if that's smokers, but yes, whether you're a late night smoker or you're a night owl or you're in another time zone, because Sarcasm City TV is worldwide. Big up to everyone that's locked in. But this is on a more positive note, I'm sure. Grim and Cam, what are your thoughts on the Timber link? So you were linked to Yuri and Timber. I believe a bid of 30 million was not back. That was the first bid. They want 50. Obviously, there's been no update on that recently, but we'll go to you first, Grim. Thoughts on Timber? Do you like the idea? You're against it? Where do you see him fit in if you are for it?
I like the idea, but apparently they're trying to use him as a right back. What's this thing?
Say that again, sorry.
They're trying to play him as a right back.
Okay, and you're not with that.
That's why. You buy someone for the position that they're in. If he's a centre back, you buy a centre back. If he's a right back, you get a right back. I don't get this whole thing of trying to convert someone into saying you don't even have the accolades to show that you have converted someone and made them a world-class player and different role that there wasn't, but you hear trying out something. It just doesn't make sense. However, I would say that as long as we link to players that can bulk up the squad, I'm all down for it, to be honest. And his ability, his decision making sometimes is questionable, but everything else, he's a solid player. I wouldn't mind getting him.
No, fast. What you saying, Come about Timber?
I said it in a tweet, bro. There's a reason why Ten Hag went for Martinez over Timber, bro.
Well, we actually went for Timber first, though.
I know he went for Timber, but when Martinez came up, he went for Martinez over Timber.
But I think it was more so that Van Gaal was talking about Timber won't play in the national team. And obviously,
I know there was that added to it, but like, bro, it is what it is. Like, I think he's I haven't seen much of him like that, but from what I've seen with him, like, he looks all right, he looks solid. But if they're looking to put him in as a right back, why are we not going out signing a right back, like a proper right back then? So I don't. This is what I don't get with this whole strategy shit. Why are you trying to be inverted, bruv? Zinchenko is so shit as a left back. Why are we not going to get another left back? Because we all know if Tierney stays, he's still not going to fucking play anyway, bruv. Do you know what I mean? I don't, bruv, I'm just confused. But yeah, I mean, I'll take him if he's a backup for centre back. Right back, I don't know, but centre back, like, I'll definitely take him for a backup centre back. Whether he can play right back or not, I don't know. But saying that, I didn't know if Ben White could play right back. And
yes, Timber's definitely competent from what I've heard. He's definitely competent from what I've heard at centre back, right back, and midfield. I think right back from like stature, I would say is probably his best position. But again, that's just me speaking to people who I know who have watched Ajax like that. But we will.
Yeah, like I said, I don't really watch him like that. You know what I mean? So I'm just going off from the games I've seen.
Games as centre back. He's played most of his games.
He's centre back of a free though, right?
Yes, he's played most of his games as centre back, so he's a centre back.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm saying, you do need a backup to don't you not need a backup to Saliba?
Oh, don't worry about that. We got Kawhi.
I'm just saying. And he can play DM, you know what I'm saying? Havertz in the midfield, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, don't worry about Havertz, bro. We got Jorginho. But we're about to have put it in perspective, bro. If one of these players get injured, we're going to have a Jorginho, Havertz / Zinchenko pivot, fam.
That's fine. That's fine.
Man, shut up about that. Fire.
Get out of here,
man. Shut up about that. But that's the opposite. But that's so
fire.
Man said fire, you know. But that fire don't burn, bro. See that fire you're talking about? It's not burning right now, bro. That fire got put out ASAP, bro. No gas. There's no oxygen, bro. That fire has no oxygen to be lit, bro.
Hey, bro, it ain't gonna work today, bro. It ain't gonna work today, bro.
I'm tired of you getting told to shut up about on channel because I was doing the other crossover United Liverpool show. Shout out to Rams that he was on, and I said to her, "Rams told me shut up just in that fashion." I like this shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know when they say you play with shit, you're gonna get shit on your hands. This is all it is, man.
Oh my god, you like Egypt? I swear down. That is so bad though. If you look, he can't play Havertz in midfield. You can't play him as an 8. You can't ask him to be doing defending and stuff of that nature and playing there with his back to goal. Like, he ain't press resistant like that. He's not popping the ball around the corner. He's not even got a passing range. And in physicality, forget about it. So you don't give you the technical attributes or the physical attributes in there. And you don't even have the mental attributes. And when I say that, people, I'm talking about like positioning, awareness, both defensively and offensively, being press resistant, playing the right pass, anticipation, all that type of stuff. Yeah, it's mad.
Nah, it's gonna be mad. But Cavs, let me ask you this. In Jorginho, in his time that has been at Arsenal, what rating would you give him? Because I'm trying to find out, like, from different Arsenal fans as to what they seen in the time that he was at Arsenal.
I'll give him my 6.57, 6.5 to be honest.
You see, have you ever like?
The reason I say that is that he's had bad games, but he's had like all right games as well. He's had decent games as well. So like, been all right.
Any done that is pointing the way he's going to pass, it's over. Forget it. Just sell him. Just sell him,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
sell
yeah.
him.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
How are you pointing where you're gonna pass? Like the defender can't see you, bro. Like is there imaginary thing there? Yeah, there's no one there. Just point. I'm gonna pass it to you.
Man's
Right
going
there.
on like it's Harry Potter and he's wearing the invisibility. Like all these players are wearing the invisibility cloak and only they can see each other, bro.
No,
Right, I'm gonna put it right in front of that defender's fucking foot. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so be there. Okay, like so, like the defender didn't just see you say that, bro. Like didn't just see you do that, bro. Like, and you're surprised that I didn't get the ball when you passed it, bro.
I can understand if it was like one occasion, bro. It's every pass, bro. Every single pass, the Don's pointing where he's gonna pass to. Every single, bro. It's peak. It's peak. Chelsea's going away for another one, bro. Them men got us like. I think we got some contract with Chelsea, bro. That we just paid.
They have nudes on our club. I don't care, bro. That's the only. There's not. I don't understand why we keep fucking signing their rejects, bro. They must have nudes on someone in that club, bruv, because how we keep signing their rejects, I just don't understand it, bro.
If we took out an academy player and we gave him the same opportunity, he would have been much better than Jorginho. I don't care about this whole hype of he won the Champions League. Screw that. I ain't got time for that. What the number one thing, defense win you the titles, right? And you have one of the slowest midfielders trying to retain the ball in the Premier League, which is one of the fastest in the world. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Facts.
You're going to get counter-attack. If you get out of your position, for example, could you imagine, like Flawless was saying a while ago, you have Kai Havertz, you got Jorginho, you got and no one's running back, bro. No one's running back.
That you know what? That is getting cooked, yo. That is getting cooked. That's
what
that's like? That's like having me and Lewis in a midfield pivot. You are getting cooked in transition. Absolutely, that's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? And that's a wrap.
My Lord, there's no running back. There's no
running. There's no legs. There's no energy.
We just gotta hope and pray they misplace the next pass. That's it.
Oh yeah.
But you know,
yeah, go on, Grim, go on.
Sorry, first, I was just going to quickly say, but you know, by doing that, right, then Arsenal fans is going to turn on to the centre backs for not apparently doing their job when the midfield is not covering to help out. A lot of the times we're seeing it, for example, like with goalkeepers. You can have brilliant goalkeepers, but if you got a shit defense, he's going to look crap like with everyone else.
Yeah, eventually it's going to happen.
So you're going to have you need to have the first line of defense before you have the second one.
Yeah. 100%.
But if there's no first line and our defense is still young, so they're still learning on the job. So you have a midfield that's supposed to have all this experience, but they can't.
Why is everyone learning on the job, bro? What happened to us? We went from invincibles to learning on the job. What is this, bro? I don't understand this, bro.
Everybody do not work experience in it. Like this ain't the time to be doing a work experience. You're Arsenal Football Club. All jokes aside,
Eduzan was on work experience.
Let's cut the shit. It's Arsenal Football Club, and this is me saying this as a Manchester United fan. That's a huge club that have won multiple league titles, that are trying to be successful in Europe, trying to get back to the top. Too many people are learning on the job over there. This should not be happening whatsoever. Too many people are learning.
Too many people, bro.
It's like building a new state. It's like Arsenal or Manchester United building a new stadium and you put a newbie on the thing. It's crazy. Imagine you knock down the Emirates and go build a new stadium. Or we knock down Old Trafford. Sheikh Jassim takes over. We knock down Old Trafford, and you give someone who has no experience
in architecture whatsoever.
Architecture who's got no experience, first job, and Old Trafford. No. You give that job to the best in class, someone who's experienced.
You'll give it to who you know who's good at graphical designs with
giving it to the best in class
stadiums, and they've got that that area of expertise under control. They've done multiple stadiums or something as of a stadium or multiplex car parks or wherever it is, but not just a new. Oh, do you know what? How long have you been an architect? Well, I actually qualified last week. I qualified.
Come build the Emirates. No.
You want to build the Emirates? No.
It shouldn't happen. And yes, people, obviously there is youngsters in certain areas who should be learning like on the job, quote unquote, need to be of a certain quality, but then they should have experienced players next to them to help them through the tough moments and also learn as well.
And that even goes up. That goes right up to the top. To be honest, even if they're inexperienced in the managerial, well, not managerial so per se because of Arteta, but like up above like the CEO and all that. If you're inexperienced in there, bruv, then have someone next to you that you know has experience in that place.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Have someone there that will guide you. Like, oh, listen, you're doing the wrong decision here. I can only give you my opinion on what I would do or what I can only suggest, and then it's entirely up to you what you do from there. But if you're not going to have anyone there like that, of course they're going to make the decision. Oh, well, I want to do this. They're not thinking if it's right or wrong. I want to do this, but I'm going to do it regardless if it's right or wrong. I'm going to do it. They're not thinking of the consequences or anything like that. They're not trying to weigh up what's got bigger benefits and what's got bigger consequences. They're just saying it, well, fuck it, we'll do it, and we'll see what the outcome is.
Yeah, and people need to realize as well, there's no team that's been successful at the highest level in Europe with just youth players. Have they had super talented youth players in the team? Yes, some more than some. Obviously, everyone knows about the class of 92. Go look at the rest of that team. They had experienced quality players. For those that don't know, that not old enough. Look at the rest of the team. Gary Neville spoke on this. He said, if we don't have, when it was getting tough, if we don't have the spine that we have and have all those experienced players around us during that period, he said himself, we would not have been successful. As good as he was, and his brother was, and Scholes, and you know what I'm saying, and Beckham, etc., and Giggs, as good as these man, them man had experienced quality next to them. That's the big difference. That's the huge difference. Go look at them teams in the 90s. They had your Gary Pallisters, your Steve Bruce, Roy Keane was in there, Paul Ince, McClare, Cantona. This whole
even at Tottenham, bro. Like I'm not even. There was a few players I rated at Tottenham as well, bro. Like Ginola and Ledley King, and even Les Ferdinand, bro. But he's more Newcastle, but obviously he had his spell at Tottenham as well. Like, do you know what I mean? These all players when they were growing up, they had experience around them, bruv. Hence why they became the players how they became. You can't just become a player without no experience and think, oh, that's it. That's a rarity, bruv. That's just a freak of nature rarity, like a Messi or a Ronaldo. Not everyone's a Messi or a Ronaldo, bruv. Yeah, it's quite clear to see that.
Was the Messi and Ronaldo, yeah. 100%.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's quite clear to see that because otherwise we would see, barring Haaland and Mbappe, who are strikers, we would be seeing players at least once a season banging in goals left, right, and centre, like one of these youngsters anyway. Like we're not really seeing above. I haven't seen a youngster go season in, season out banging in 20 goals per season like it's nothing. Like it's it's loose change since Ronaldo and Messi like that.
No facts, 100%. I hear exactly what you're saying.
I'm not being funny. You take half them players out of that City team. Haaland don't bang half them goals, bro.
Well, like, do you have to have quality around? Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, as quality as Haaland is as a striker, if he don't have the experienced players that he has around him right now, bruv, he don't bang half them goals, bruv.
He's not making it as easy, like breaking records and all them things there.
You know what I'm saying? He's not banging half them goals, bruv. He probably ends the season, because it's Haaland itself, he'll probably end the season with 20 goals, 25 goals. He don't end the season with 40-odd goals or whatever.
Yeah. I hear you, fam. I hear you. And just to this, before we close out, let me just get to this from Prime, who says, because but it relates to both of our clubs, actually. Well, more so Manchester United. It sounds like from Fabrizio's video, Chelsea will only bid for Caicedo once the following deals are completed officially. So that's Havertz, all 3 Saudi Arabia deals, and Mason Mount. More of a long waiting game, unfortunately. So that's why there was the report come out earlier on. Mason, before you go, Cam, that Manchester United need to there's a deadline on this Mount deal, because basically Havertz, Mount, and these 3 Saudi deals, while the 3 players going to the Saudi Arabian League, is what's holding up Chelsea getting Caicedo.
You know, because
let's wait them out, man. Manchester United, wait them out, man.
What I'm saying is, I think with that is because they have to sell a certain amount of players, or they have to make a certain amount of money before July 1st. So they don't get hit financially by FFP.
Yeah,
something like that. So that's why they're trying to, right now, they're trying to sell before they buy. So that's why they're trying to get all their deals done. Like, you'll see them probably end up getting most of their deals done this week, if not all of them. And then you're seeing July them go on a mad one, like you've seen them last season and in January. Trust me, bro. That's why we haven't seen him like that, bro. It's just because they're trying to sell players because they know the FFP is creeping up. If they don't sell these players by June 30th, they know FFP are gonna bite them hard, bro, again. And they're gonna get a bit worse this time because they've already had a transfer window ban. I think the second time or the third time you get hit, I swear there's more, if I'm not wrong, more to it, or is it just the same? I don't know. There might be, I don't know, there might be some bigger sort of consequences to it because it will be their second or third time, innit? So I don't know if that's factual or not, but yeah, man.
Like, I'm just saying, I just hope we just don't do the deal. But hey, before
neither do I, but you know what, bro? Where our club's at right now, don't fucking be surprised when it happens, bro.
But we're at 92 likes, people. 8 more. Girls up to 100 likes, people. 8 more likes. Girls to 100. We're currently at 6,958 subscribers. There's still over 140 of you lot in here. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Like check 1212. Let's bump up them likes. Continue to share this across all the socials, whether you're watching live right now or watching this back after. And hit the subscribe button as well. I know everybody who is watching currently right now has not hit the subscribe button. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, get any final Manchester United or Arsenal questions in, please. To Adewale, big up for the super chat. He says, I'm confused because United reports that they aren't sanctioning any buys for players, but we have bid for Mount. So have we? And that lets you know, Adewale, that them reports from are not credible because we have 110% bid twice for Mason Mount. That is facts because we've seen credible sources actually state that. So, and Tox made this point earlier on the Mandem United podcast that we did. And you Adewale, but Manchester United fans getting absolutely irate and just winding themselves up in regards to Manchester United, quote unquote, moving slow in the transfer window. We get linked to everybody. We get linked to everybody and day in, day out because reporters and platforms know it gets clicks, know it gets views, know it gets retweets, know it gets likes, quote tweets, shares, etc., etc. Manchester United fans watching this, just take a deep breath and relax. We are moving. We are not moving slow in the window. The only players we've actually genuinely tried to, the only player we've genuinely tried to sign and make a transfer bid for was Mason Mount. Reports came out saying we agreed personal terms with Kim Min-jae. We didn't offer Napoli the money for whatever reason. That's it. They're the only two players. So everything else you hear is just all nonsense because people don't understand. You see these media platforms and these Twitter pages and these Instagram pages and these newspapers and media platforms, wherever they are, they all have to gain interest. They all have to gauge. They all have to get clicks. Because if they don't get clicks and they don't get interest, they will go out of business. So they will insert player name here, attach it to Manchester United, and especially if it's an average player or a player who's not very good, they know Manchester United fans are going to fall for it, and it's a talk of conversation. Like the Jordan Pickford thing. I see Manchester United fans on my timeline complaining about Jordan Pickford. I'm like, there's no credible source that said we're in for Jordan Pickford. Same way there was no credible source stating that we was in for Ollie Watkins. And Manchester United fans fall for it all the time. Newspapers have to try and sell newspapers. Media Twitter pages have to try and get retweets and likes. Media platforms with websites have to get clicks on their websites because this helps fund them so then they can get advertisement because they got X amount. Like, don't fall for it. That's what I'm going to say. That's why I take all reports with a pinch of salt. And if once it's a credible source, cool. If you hear Ornstein say or Fabrizio Romano, it's like, cool. Don't take what the Sun says as gospel. What are we doing? The Sun, the Daily Mirror, the Daily Express, the MEN.
The daily bullshit.
That's exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly.
Bro, these man probably still read the Daily Star, bruv.
Yeah, the Daily Star. People say, "Oh, have you seen this?"
You know about the Daily Star, bro? Flawless. You must remember the Daily Star back in the day.
Yeah, 100%.
No, but the Daily was it the Daily? No, the Daily Sport, bruv. The Daily Sport, bro. Was it bruv? There was one newspaper that like every single page had a page for ego on it, but it was like every single page, bruv. Bruv, that's what they're reading, bro. That's the sources they're coming from, fam. They're coming from.
Like, I'll talk about stuff hypothetically, but I'm not taking it as gospel, especially when it's not a credible source. So don't let there be this mirage and this whole illusion that Manchester
Their sources aren't even Heinz sources, bro. Their sources are Lidl's own Heinz source.
Malcolm said it there. The extra read all about your settings. That's what it is because they know it has to get clicks. They know they have to, because if they actually reported on what was going on, they'd get less clicks. But they know, oh, Jordan Pickford to Manchester United, that's gonna get traction. It's gonna get traction. Like
I saw Warrior J asked, right, Flawless, how many players are we gonna get in? How many players Arsenal's gonna get in? How many players I want is too different. I think Arsenal will just probably get about like 3 players, in my opinion. And but with what we need is a left back, right back, centre back, 2 midfielders, and a striker. That's too much to ask for. But what we are gonna get is, I believe, is a maximum of 3 players. As to who, only time will tell. We got 1 in, so there's 2 more to go. So just keep your hopes up high that we get more than that. But I can't see that happening.
I'm with you on that one. I feel like we need about 6 or 7 players, but I can only see us getting 3 or 4 really. I still can't believe one of them is Havertz, bro. Fucking Kai Havertz, bro. Listen.
But Cams, you know what people are gonna do, right? There are people, Arsenal fans, right there, that don't even like this guy, that just gonna jump on the wagon just to say, "You see, I told you," just to be right, and they're gonna come back to me and be like,
"No Arsenal fan, no Arsenal fan can ever come to me and tell me I told you so with Kai Havertz." Nah, bro. Nah, like I know where you're coming from, bro, because that's so true, bro. That's gonna happen. I'm going to diss them in their face. I'm like, you actually like you weren't on Twitter. You probably were the ones where Kai Havertz has a stinker every week on a Chelsea fan you knew. Well, I'll go on for your 70 million pound Kai Havertz. Pagan, what a flop. You dickhead, rah, rah, rah. Now you're trying to justify it. Nah, bro, don't try to justify your paganisms, bro.
To big up to Hybe Ocha for the super chat, much appreciated. He said since 2011 we will not win the major trophy under Kroenke's. Cam, don't get yourself worked up. Rice could still be done. However, if we don't get either Rice or Caicedo, it's a wrap. I feel sorry for Arteta. I'll let you man respond to this first.
Man said since 2011, bro. I was Wenger out 2006, my G. So the Kroenkes, they're different. The Kroenkes only really took full financial gain in 20.
I'll say about 8-9.
So 2018, bro. That's when they had the 100% control. Do you know what I'm saying? Before that, by 20, I think in 2011 they only had the majority hold, but they only had like 32%. So it wasn't, when they say majority, they had the bigger percentage holder, but they weren't. But that, I think that was the same time Usmanov still had like 20-something% himself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So them times are kind of a little bit different, only because it wasn't just their money. Do you know what I mean? It was obviously other shareholders' money coming in as well. So they weren't obviously willing to use more of their money when they know there was other shareholders' money there, and whatever they wanted to do with that. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of that. But like from 2018 or was it 2016, one of them 2 years, Kroenkes have had full control. And if you look from the year they took full control, how much we spent, we cannot sit here and complain about the Kroenkes spending money. Now we can sit here and complain about the way they make decisions, yeah. By all means, yeah. Who they hire, yeah. We can sit and complain about that, because that is on them. They're the one that hires them at the end of the day. But we can't sit here and complain that they don't spend the money for us. Because but like I said, since Arteta's come in, we spent $500 million in itself. If you add another 2-3 years or 4 years of spending to that, that's probably nearly 3/4, maybe even more than that. More than $750 million that we spent under the Kroenke since they took over. Do you know what I mean? So I completely understand where you're coming from, bro. Like with the 2011 team, but for me, that's why I'm not really on the Kroenke's backs like that, because I know they're willing to give the money out. But we've been spending so shit. I don't blame them, as much as I hate them for it. I don't actually blame them for wanting to be like, well, you haven't really given us a reason why, after $750 billion that we've spent since we've been in full charge, this club and every manager that we've hired and whoever's been in charge haven't really given us a major reason why we should still be spending all this money every summer transfer window. And that's the truth of it, bro. We haven't given them a good reason. And if anyone wants to say this season is a perfect reason why we need to spend big, because of what happened off the back of just what happened of last season. So this is the first time we've actually can give the Cronkies a legit reason on why we need to spend big and why and on all of this. Do you know what I mean? But before that, we didn't have that, bro. We didn't have a reason, but it was still spending big. Regardless, we were spending 150, 200 million.
Hey, hi, Briocho, though. Big up for the super chat. And this from Niak. You know what I'm saying? 2-4. He says, big up Flawless. I want to thank both United and Arsenal for funding our scam to rid my club of football terrorism. Without you, world peace wouldn't be achieved. Big up for the super chat and enjoy Kepa being your number 1 and Lukaku being your number 9 next season. But big up for the super chat, man. Love, tired of these Chelsea dons, innit? Yeah. These one game.
But they're just tired of them, man.
I'm tired of these man.
And I gotta listen to Self as well, eh?
Yeah. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Thank God he's not here, the comedian. But right. You lot find a few questions in. Cam Grim. Anything you might want to discuss that we've not discussed? Anything you might want to add? Any topics Arsenal related?
I just hope Arsenal do the right thing, bro. That's it.
What's the right thing though?
Do they know? Do they know what's the right thing?
I don't think they know.
Because,
you know what I'm saying?
Because it starts from the players that you seek, the position that you're playing them at, and the quality of players that you're looking for. Are they really sure what they want to do or what they're trying to achieve? Yeah, that's the email I need. The prayer and hope for the best for the season. That's exactly what I need.
Open prayers. Cam, anything you want to add Arsenal related before we close out? Maybe say
Arsenal related. No, I'm just here, bro. Like, it is what it is, bro. I'm after the Kai Havertz still. I am not expecting anything even close to be successful next season. I'm just expecting a downfall, and then I just want to see the excuses that come out every week now, bro. Because I will legit, like, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. It's all like as an Arsenal, and this only goes as an Arsenal fan perspective. That doesn't go. It's not as me attacking you personally. It's just the way I'm attacking you as an Arsenal fan, and that's it. So every week I will come out and I will name names. Just like I said, it's not me attack. It's not like it's a banter. Obviously, it's all love attack. It's not like I'm gonna gun at you and diss you and diss. Nothing. It's not like that. It's always gonna be. It will always be love. But my opinion on your opinion on Arsenal, that's what I'm gonna be talking about. And it's only gonna be your opinion on Arsenal, and that's it. It won't be you. Like I said, it won't be nothing to do with anyone personally like that. It's nothing personal. Mm-hmm. It's just how I think your opinion on Arsenal is. That's it. Because that's what I'm going to be waiting for, bro. I know every week we're going to have to be excuse after. We're going to become Excuse FC again, bro.
Yeah, man. It is. I can't wait to see that first.
Oh, Kai Havertz didn't perform this week. Oh, well, you know, he wasn't playing his natural position as a fucking left midfield. He was playing as a 6. Huh? But they'll come out with excuse after excuse after excuse, bro. I can't be arsed with it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna attack your opinion on, not attack, but you know what I mean.
Like, yeah. That's gonna be the thing. You know what I'm saying? Now look at his prime.
I will name you personally. Name. Twitter handle. Well, handles, not government. Not government.
We're talking about you, Prime. You know what I'm saying? It's you, Prime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Prime just there. He said name. So we're just putting it on Prime.
Yeah, you, fam. You're one of them, bro. You'll be one of them.
You don't get flamed enough for this picture. You know why? Yeah. Why is this guy dark skinned with light skin poses, biting his bottom lip? What's this about? You know what I'm saying? What is this about? You two, I'm too dark to be doing that, and you darker than me, Prime. What's going on?
The man got his sweet boy settings.
Yeah.
Must sit on my light skin. I'm gonna do a light skin. Where's my lip biting at?
know what I'm saying?
Man, moving like Drizzy out here. What go on, Drake, bro? What go on, Drake, bro?
Drizzy, man. We call him Drizzy Prime, innit? You know what I'm
Drizzy
saying?
Prime, yeah, Drizzy Prime, bro. Nah, bro.
It's Drake and that, you know what I'm saying?
Man's
That's what we
biting his
gonna call
lip
you.
and that in the pictures and that, yeah, moving like that, yeah. I see you, Prime.
Man. Do your thing, young king, man. Do your thing. If that's what the girl them like, do your thing,
Let's
man.
see what they got them love, innit, Prime, innit? You ain't slick. You ain't slick.
Ain't slick. You know what I'm saying? I just noticed that because I've mentioned it before and I was like, yo, this don't get spoken about enough. But yeah.
Nah, Stephanie. Oh, sorry, Stephanie. Nah. Keep him up there, bro. Keep him up there or keep him in London, in blue side of London. I don't want him.
Love to everyone who has locked in. Big up. This season is going to be fun. Big up to Grim as well for joining us, the special guest.
Big up, Grim, bro.
On here again.
So I rambled on, bro. If you didn't know me before, but I rambled on a lot in it. So
no, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, of course, man. Support it. I know it goes.
Say no more, you know, yeah.
Anything you want to add? Anything? Let the people know what you got going on. Anything like that?
Oh, that me?
Yeah. You might not. In anything you want to just think? I'm saying your closing words, fam. Closing words. Your outro.
I'll take it out.
Mad.
Fans come, my brother. Anything you want to
add? Man said, first. I can't even complain. Edu out, bruv. Similar to that, bruv. Edu, Richard Garlick, all of them out.
Who is Richard Garlick? Who is he?
Bro, he's just a prick, fam. He's just one of them dons who shares the name with a fucking vegetable, bruv.
Who is Richard Garlick, yo? What in the world, yo? You know what I'm saying? But yes, love to everyone that's locked in. I hope you enjoy these crossover shows as much as I do. You can catch the Manchester United Arsenal show here on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube every Thursday midnight, people. Every Thursday midnight, myself and Cam. Sometimes joined by special guests, have you seen here with Grim? Sometimes there'll be an Arsenal special guest. Sometimes a Manchester United special guest. Sometimes
last week was Chelsea, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, love to everyone who has locked in. Make sure all of you there's still over 130 people in here. Hit the like button on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. And on top of all those things, we are available on audio-only platforms as well. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV and all the shows on the channel, apart from watch-alongs, will pop up. So all your shows. So if this is your favorite show, it will be on the audio. So, it'll be on an audio platform because you might want to listen while you're driving, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning. You might be at work, or you might just not want the YouTube app open.
And if you're one of them people who are new tonight as well, yeah, and you haven't subscribed and you like what you like tonight, you might as well subscribe because then if you do miss it, at least you know, well, I can come back to that later. I can, like you said, I can come back to that on YouTube or on SoundCloud or Spotify or anything like that, man. So this is the achievement. This is the advantages of subscribing. You know, you might not see, you might just see a little notification. Oh, Sarcasm City have gone live. You might be out busy, and you're about, all right, cool, I'll come back to that still.
Exactly. So yeah, people, we're back live. Well, we're live currently right now on the Twitch NBA Draft 2023. Make sure you go follow the Sarcasm City TV Twitch, because if you are a fan and a supporter of Sarcasm City TV, if you're only on the YouTube, then you're only getting half the content, because we do different content on the Twitch. It's sport, same hosts. You'll see Cam over there. You'll see the likes of Prime over there, plus more. But Twitch, we're doing different content over there. Fan calling shows, NBA, pro clubs, watch-alongs will be over there when the season comes back. Or non-Manchester United
Prime
as well. Prime, yeah, I'm saying Drizzy, I'm saying Latimus Drake. So yeah, man, just love to everyone who's locked in. Please continue to support. We're back here live on the YouTube channel. 4:30 p.m. for the earlier Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. So 4:30 p.m. Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we answer all your sporting questions. And then later than scheduled, 12:30 a.m. So half an hour after midnight, myself and Eddie will be doing the Man United podcast, doing the player ratings part 2. We did part 1 last week, Friday. So we're doing part 2 today. Well, it's technically, if you're in this time zone, it's technically Friday now. So yeah. we'll be doing part 2 of the Manchester United player rating. So just to continue to support in a way that you lot have, man, all the new people, all the regulars, whether you're in the comment section, whether you just watch and have it on in the background, or you watch in the comment section, just please continue to support, because we are trying to close in on 7K, and we're currently right now 41 away. So we're trying to get there before the month is out. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Manchester United Arsenal show, Man United podcast. Gonna talk from the Arsenal podcast, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.